In chemistry, sometimes you want to show what a molecule looks like, a schematic if you will, but it gives a good flavor of what things look like in reality. So in the chemistry lab, I've created a model of benzene. So let's open that model. There it is, right there. Now, here's the way I created it. I'll give you a quick tour. I'm using, I need to know information about hydrogen and carbon. So I put in a 1 and a 6. That's hydrogen is 1 and carbon is 6. And I've joined them together and sent them off to the periodic component. And what it passed back was the name hydrogen and carbon. So it's a double check to make sure I got it right. I can see the symbols if you look down here. I can see the symbols for the two of them and their density and their blah blah blah. The important thing is their radius. So the radiuses are 25 and 70. So I put those, I split those apart and I create a carbon sphere and a hydrogen sphere, and I set the radius of each of those to the numbers that the periodic component gave me. So let's take a look at how this looks now. So there's our carbon molecule, and I've set this up so that I can rotate it around a little bit for demonstration. So let me move that over here. So now here's the rotate slider. So if I do that, you can see me rotating it around. I'm rotating it on the x-axis. Now I can change the way this looks. I can change the distance out to the hydrogen. I can't change the size of the hydrogen. That's being set by the periodic element. And I can also change the carbon, the distance out to the carbon. So sometimes people like to look at these things like this. They like to see them, nice and tight. And sometimes people like to see the bonds. They talk about, is this a single bond or a double bond? So they might like to see it like that. Anyway, this is just one of, obviously, millions of possibilities. You can create different molecules based on the periodic table information, and the other thing that I do is I use information about them to create the bonds. So this section here draws the atoms, and this draws the bonds between the atoms. So I just have to construct lines that go from the XY coordinates from one side to the other. Anyway, you don't have to worry too much about that. All you have to do is play with this model.